Welcome, everyone, to a brand new series I'm starting here. It is titled In My Experience. I will be going into specific details of stuff that I've experienced throughout my life, and I thought no better than popping off with a creepy one, and that is Skinwalker Ranch. I've investigated, I've been there, I've seen some things, I've felt some stuff. It is quite the interesting place. First things first, let's set the mood a little bit. Let's get a little background music. Let's get a little creepy video going. And let's begin. I first went out to Skinwalker Ranch around the year 2013 or 2014. It was right before all the boom of Skinwalker Ranch, at least where it's at now today. I mean, there was no History Channel, there was no movie, there was none of that. It was just known as one of the most paranormal local hotspots in my area. I live in Salt Lake City. Skinwalker Ranch is in the Uinta Basin, about 3 hours from where I live, and it was well worth the drive. If you guys aren't familiar with Skinwalker Ranch, I'm going to give you some brief details. A family moved in the 90s and started experiencing some crazy things, from UFOs, random orbs of light that would seemingly go to their yard and dance around, and all the way to a giant wolf that one of the owners of the property had shot multiple times up close. I mean, we're talking a wolf that he claimed to have been 3 times or 4 times bigger than your normal wolf. All of this had been brought to light when a reporter had went out there and stayed with them to hear all these experiences, and the family ended up moving only after 18 months of spending their life there. They completely uprooted. The ownership of the land has been quite interesting. That is something definitely to bring to light. It had bounced around to a couple people, and then a gentleman by the name of Bigelow. I can't remember if his first name is Mark. I think it's Mark Bigelow. He is like an aerospace guru, and he ended up buying up the property. And for a long time, it stayed stagnant. Nothing was really happening at this base. Well, I shouldn't say base, on this land, besides heightened security. And now it is owned by a local gentleman, and they are making they have made 2 seasons of a show on History Channel where they're pretty much investigating what is going on at Skinwalker Ranch. There's a lot of different theories. The Native Americans believe that the land is cursed. Locals believe that there is some sort of UFO activity that just occurs there. They can't explain it, but they just claim that aliens or UFOs are attracted to that land. Of course, a lot of people think that it's just phony, that it's just nothing. I, however, being a skeptic, but also someone who has investigated paranormal for a very long time, Skinwalker Ranch is the only place that I can truly say has something going on. I can't quite explain it. I don't know if it's UFOs or if there is, maybe the land is cursed. Maybe there is something that is just off. But I have never felt so different. Like my mind feels different when you're out at Skinwalker Ranch. Maybe it's just me specifically, I don't know. But let me get into my first story of Skinwalker Ranch. I was with 2 of my best friends at the time, Forrest Curtis and Chandler Acox. They will tell the same story if you ever run into them. We decided to drive out there super late. We show up and we start trying to actually find the camp, like find the ranch itself. It's kind of, I don't know, the land mass itself is a little underwhelming. There really isn't a lot that is considered Skinwalker Ranch. But once you get up there, you kind of find your bearings. We had drove down the dirt road that made the dirt road that's like the main path to the base, which I will show right now. This is kind of what leads up to the front gates, or what it used to look like. It's different now. There's a lot more heightened security, and they've cleaned up the base quite a bit. We had a very interesting and funny experience the first time we were out there. We were parked, and it was late at night. It was pitch black. We were parked pretty close to the front of these tri-barriers, these cement barriers, and we were recording, just being our dumb selves, and we decided to roll down the window, see if we could hear anything. We had our lights on, really didn't come across anything. That was until maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I don't really remember specifically the time. We had heard bushes rustling next to the car. And as you can see, there's lots of sagebrush on the sides of this. And it goes all the way down. Like, there's sagebrush all the way down this road. Like, if you can kind of see in this first picture here, there's sagebrush everywhere out there. Some of it's tall, some of it's short, but we heard what sounded like someone was walking in the sagebrush. And to be honest with you, like, just being out there, you have this heightened sense of just, I don't know, I guess you could call it fear. Like, it's Skinwalker Ranch, even back then, was known as like the place that people see stuff, the place that is haunted and scary, and UFOs and big wolves, big skinwalking wolves, like all this type of stuff. So you're definitely on more alert. And I had been to numerous places prior to this, but this was the first time I went somewhere where I was like, man, we could really see something tonight. And we did, but not with our eyes. When we heard the bushes rustling, I was driving. I slammed my poor little Mazda 3 in reverse so hard and slammed the pedal down to the floor. And I peeled out backwards, and we flew back all the way to the main road. And as we were going back, Forrest was in the front seat with me. Me and him peer out the passenger side window, and we see these giant white legs. And I just remember my heart dropping. Well, it was just a horse. The horse scared the crap out of me. Well, strangely enough, the story doesn't end there. As we're returning home, if my mind is correct here, we, in the back seat, Chandler, my good buddy, is going through some of the footage that we had been recording. And none of us had seen anything, right? None of us saw anything that was necessarily spooky or would consider paranormal or anything like that. That was until he told us to stop the car. And when we pulled over the car, he showed us something on that screen that, till this day, I can't tell you what it is. Before I show you guys, because I have the picture, I have the still shot from the video, it is quite possible that it's reflections from our light. It's quite possible that someone was up there messing with us. It's quite possible that it was just someone putting like a fake toy or a model or a statue or something, and we just didn't notice it. I am willing to put a lot of my reputation on the line and say that Chandler didn't put this in the video, because I don't think he would have known how to do that, and he would have done it really fast and make it look halfway decent. I've questioned him multiple times, and he has told me 100% that he didn't do anything to the video. It was just, that's what it was. And what he showed us is this. I don't know to this day what I'm looking at, right? You can clearly see what looks like a head with black eyes. I don't know. We've tried to figure if this, whatever it looks like he might be holding, or whatever that is, like there's like a brown bar. I don't think that was part of the video. I think this was like us taking a picture of the video, because screenshotting wasn't as it is today. It looks like there's legs. It looks like there might even be a chest of some sort. And needless to say, if this is real, if this was something that was there, it was close enough to us that we saw it on film. I mean, if you look down here, this is the road right here that we were on. I mean, I still don't know what I'm looking at. I've never been able to know what it is. We've sent it out. I've sent it out to a couple different experts. All of them say kind of the same thing. Like, that looks pretty creepy. The worst part about this story, this was filmed in, when we got that screenshot, when we got that picture, when we filmed this, it was many years ago, long before Forrest and I made our podcast, long before we decided to start making content. That video is on a cell phone of Chandler's that no one knows where it's at. We've tried to go through several different means of getting that video. I would love to go through the video and use the small amount of skills that I have to try and scrub it and see if I could find more. But even talking about it now, I've talked about this so many times, I still get the chills because I just don't know what to think of it. I always told myself, like, I don't believe in many things because I need visual evidence. I had an experience with UFOs when I was younger that made me... No, I didn't get abducted. Don't think nothing crazy. Me and my father had seen some strange things in the sky that we couldn't explain. And ever to this day, I still believe that maybe there is something, maybe there are things that visit us, maybe there are things on this planet that we don't know about. But I don't know. I didn't see this thing with my eyes, but I was right next to where it was recorded. I was in the same car as the person whose phone it's on. I think it is something. I do. I truly think that whatever that was not human. I don't think that it's... If it was someone messing with us, kudos, because you generated a lot of hours of research and sleepless nights trying to figure out what something could be. I still get lost for words sometimes, thinking that if that was an extraterrestrial or some sort of being, if we would have just stayed, what would have happened, good or bad? It's fascinating to me. It's fascinating to think that I could have been feet away from something. This didn't stop me from going back, though. Obviously not. I mean, when you get something like that, you want to go back. But just like every time you go on an investigation, not every time is fruitful. I've been back, I think, 5 or 6 different times, and most of them have been with nothing. There's 2 things that I do want to comment on about Skinwalker Ranch. One of them being, Forrest and I have live streamed up there, and I've put clips of that up on different social media platforms, and someone did in fact point something out in one of the clips. I personally think it's a bug. What you can see, and I don't have the video here, I think it's on TikTok, funny enough, but I couldn't get it situated properly to show it on here. But we're just at one of the sides of Skinwalker Ranch filming the whole area, and in the top right corner of the screen you see a light come into frame, stop, and then disappear completely. I think it's a bug. A lot of the comment section were like, what the heck was that? Some people think it's a UFO, some people think it was something else. It could have been one of the lights people talk about on the base. I'm more skeptic of that one than I am of the picture that we have, because it was, I mean, I didn't see it while we were there. because I would have commented on it. And that's what makes me think that maybe it was a bug. Who knows? The last thing that I have to say about Skinwalker Ranch, and I don't know if other people who've investigated or gone out there have this same feeling, but last time I went up there and I got out of the car and I was walking around, it feels like a lot of pressure on your body. I usually, when I explain it to people, it sounds like, or I explain it as like if there's like a small kid that's standing on your shoulders, like not a devastating amount of weight, but you feel it. And I don't know if someone knows what that might be, or if that is just the me getting scared of being there. I don't know what it is, but it's happened almost every time I've been there, where it feels like, not my chest specifically, it doesn't feel like there's pressure on my chest, but it feels like there's like 60 or 70 pounds on my shoulders, like someone's standing on my shoulders, or someone's putting weight on my shoulders, or, and I don't know if that's just the desire of wanting to be there, or if it's just, who knows, but those are my experiences with Skinwalker Ranch. I hope you guys enjoyed this type of video. I found a creepy video of someone walking around a super scary forest of some sort, and found some background music that is eerie enough. But I hope you guys enjoy this type of video. I will be doing more here in the future, and if you have any experiences at Skinwalker Ranch, or any evidence or anything like that you'd like to share with me, don't hesitate. I would love to hear it. If you enjoyed the content, you know what they say. Like and subscribe. I want to get a big enough channel so I can go back and do these types of things and go and investigate and find more evidence. Thank you so much, guys. Have a wonderful night. Catch you on the next one. Peace.